Hello everyone, I'm Hassan Khalid and today I'm gonna be showing you four ways to solve a quadratic function. So starting by the definition of a quadratic function is a nonlinear function that can be written in the standard form y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, where a doesn't equal to 0. This is an example of the way the graph will usually look like. It will look like a parabola shaped and it can be facing up or facing down. So the methods that I'm gonna be showing you in this video are graphing using square roots, tic-tac-toe, and the quadratic formula. Starting by graphing. So when you are using the graphing method, you are basically making a function table. And to make a good function table, you have to get both the line of symmetry and the vertex. So to get the line of symmetry, you use the equation x equal negative b over 2a. And to find the vertex, you just substitute the line of symmetry with the x in the original equation. And just for the people who don't know the meaning of line of symmetry and vertex, a line of symmetry is the line that splits the parabola into two halves, and the vertex is the minimum and maximum point, the minimum or maximum point of the graph. So let's take an example. The height y in feet of a soccer ball after it is kicked can be modeled by the graph of the equation y equal negative 0.04 x squared plus 1.2x, where x is the horizontal distance in feet that the ball travels. The ball is not touched and it lands on the ground. Find the distance that the ball was kicked. So to solve this, first of all you have to find the equation, and it's y equal negative 0.04 x squared plus 1.2x. Now you have to find your line of symmetry by using the equation negative b over 2a. So in this graph, it will be in this question, it will be negative 1.2 over negative 0.08, and your line of symmetry is going to be 15. Then you have to find the vertex. Just substitute 15 by x in the original equation and you get your answer. And then I suggest for you to record your answers so that you won't forget them. So my line of symmetry is 15 and the vertex is 9. So now I can do the function table, and to do it you choose multiple numbers, and I suggest that your line of symmetry is the number in the is the median number of those numbers. So for example, now my line of symmetry is 15, so I choose two numbers after 15 and two numbers before 15, and I record them. It doesn't have to be two numbers, but I did it too because I want it to be simple. And this is the way the graph is gonna look like. And now after you graphed it, your answer is gonna be 0, because your answer is gonna be 0 because the graph is coming the graph is touching those x-intercept. So your solution is gonna be x equals 0 and x equals 30. Moving to the next method, which will be square roots. To use the square roots to solve a quadratic formula, you have to make sure that the format of the equation is ax squared plus c equals 0, or x squared equal d. If d is greater than 0, then x squared equal d has two solutions, which are x equal d and x equal negative d. If d equals 0, then x squared equal d has only one solution, which is x equals 0. And if d is smaller than 0, then x squared equal d has no solution. So the way to do the square roots, first of all you have to write the original equation, Like for example, I chose 2x squared equal 8. So you divide each side by 2 to get so now it will be x squared equal 4. And now after you got x squared equal 4, you have to get the square roots of each side. So it will be so you get your solution, which is gonna be x equal -2 and x equal 2. So let's take an example to make sure that we understand it. Fenway Park is a Major League Baseball park in Boston, Massachusetts. The park offers seats on top of the left field wall. A person sitting in one of those seats accidentally drops his sunglasses on the field. The height h in feet of the sunglasses can be modeled by the function h equal -16 t squared plus 38, where t is the time in seconds since the sunglasses were dropped. Find the time it takes for the sunglasses to reach the field. So to solve this, as usual, you start by writing the equation, which is h equal -16 t squared plus 38. And now you move 38 to the other side, which will be -38 equal -16 t squared. Now you divide each side by -16, and you will get 2.375 equal t squared. Now you get the square root of each side, which will be t equal 1.54. Moving to the next method, which is tic-tac-toe. So how to do the method which is tic-tac-toe. First you write the original equation. For example, let's say it's x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So make a box divided to 4 parts, and when you make the box, you put the number on the right side, on the top left square, and the number on the middle of the equation, on the bottom left square of the 4 boxes. So it will be in this format. So now you have to get two numbers. If you add those two numbers together, you're gonna get -2, and if you multiply those two numbers together, you're gonna get -3. So the number on the top is multiplied and the number down is added. So now you can see that -3 and 1 are the if you multiply them together, you're gonna get -3, and if you add them, you will get -2. So now you take the numbers on the right square and you put them in this way: x minus 3 and put it in a parenthesis, and x plus 1 and put it in a parenthesis, and if it have equal 0, mention it, and if it doesn't have, you can just leave it. Now to get your solution, you just hide the one of the parentheses. Like if you want to solve one, you solve them one by one, because you're going to get two solutions. So you hide as the beginning, you can hide the parenthesis on the right, which will get to you x minus 3 equal 0. So now you just substitute, you move -3 to the other side, so it will be x equals 3, and you do the same for the other parenthesis, so it will be x equal -1, and those are your two solutions. And if you want to graph it to make sure, then you can. This is the way the graph is gonna look like. An example can be: the height y in feet of a soccer ball after it is kicked can be modeled by the graph of the equation y equal x squared plus 6x plus 7, where x is the horizontal distance in feet that the ball travels. Find the distance that the ball was kicked. To do this, you write the equation, which is y equal x squared plus 7x plus 6. Now you create your four-sided your box that's divided to 4 parts, and you put the number on the right on top and the number on the in the middle under, and you get two numbers. If you multiply them together you will get 6, and if you add them together you will get 7. So those numbers are 6 and 1. So you put them in parentheses, x plus 6 and x plus 1 equals 0. Now you solve it in the way I mentioned in the way I mentioned now. So it will be x equal -6, x equal -1. And this is the way the graph is gonna look like. Our last method for today is gonna be the quadratic formula. A quadratic formula can give you all the answers for a quadratic equation in standard form. The solution of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, or x equal -b radical b squared minus 4ac over 2a, where a doesn't equal to 0 and b squared minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. And to solve any equation by the quadratic formula, you just substitute the b and the a with b, a, and c with the formula. So a recall on what we took is how to solve a quadratic function using graphing, tic-tac-toe, square roots, and quadratic formula. Thank you for watching and have a great day.